Welcome to the Gurukul Prep Daily Podcast on 25th August. Update 1. Agreement. India and Denmark collaborate on Clean River Initiative. India and Denmark have collaborated to construct a Smart Laboratory on Clean Rivers (SLCR) in Varanasi to promote excellence in small river regeneration and maintenance. To begin, the lab intends to use the knowledge of both countries to restore Varuna, a Ganga tributary in Uttar Pradesh, using sustainable methods within 2 to 3 years. The alliance is a tripartite collaboration between the Government of India, the Indian Institute of Technology Banaras Hindu University, IIT-BU, and the Government of Denmark. This 2-3-year project will integrate groundwater and hydrological models to create a comprehensive river management plan. Update 2. Agreement. MoU between Darpag, Government of India and Public Service Department, Malaysia. The Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, Darpag, Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Government of India, and the Public Service Department, Prime Minister's Department, Government of Malaysia, inked a 5-year Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation in the field of public administration and governance reforms. The formal signing of the MoU took place at Hyderabad House in New Delhi in the presence of India's Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, and Malaysia's Prime Minister, H.E. Dato' Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim. Update 3. Appointment. Deepti Gaur Mukherjee assumes charge as MCA Secretary. Deepti Gaur Mukherjee, a 1993 batch IAS officer from Madhya Pradesh, has taken over as Secretary to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA. She replaced Manoj Govil, who became Expenditure Secretary on 19 August. Before this position, Mukherjee was the National Health Authority's Chief Executive Officer, CEO. She takes over as the top official of MCA when the ministry is working on a slew of legislations and reforms that may be introduced in the next few months. Update 4. Defense. Army surveillance drone strays across LOC into Pakistan. India seeks its return. A tiny unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, intended for surveillance by the Indian Army accidentally strayed into Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK, along the line of control, LOC, in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch region, according to PTI authorities. Officials said that the drone, which was on a test training mission in the outskirts of the Bhimber Gali area, lost control of the operator due to a technical glitch and drifted into the other side of the LOC. According to The Hindu, the incident occurred around 9:25 a.m. on Friday, 23 August, when the mini UAV was on a training mission well within the Indian territory. Update 5. Defense. Indian Army advances modern warfare with exploder and Agnyastra technologies. The Indian Army has handed knowledge to the private sector for mass producing to innovative in-house innovations, a sophisticated unmanned ground vehicle, UGV, that can perform a variety of combat and operational duties and remote portable detonation technology. Sources in the Army said the cutting-edge technologies, named Exploder and Agnyastra, developed by the Army Design Bureau, ADB, were handed over to private companies during a ceremony presided over by Vice Chief of Army Staff Lt. General N.S. Raj Subramani. Update 6. Economy. India's CAPS 4 nuclear plant achieves full capacity. The facility operator announced that India's second home-built 700 megawatts nuclear power reactor at Kakrapar Atomic Power Station, CAPS, in Gujarat, had begun operating at its entire capacity. The Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, NPCIL, stated that Unit 4 at CAPS was working at 90% capacity before being increased to a maximum output of 700 MV. The CAPS 4 unit reached its first criticality on 17 December last year and began commercial operations on 31 March. The unit's power level, which commenced commercial operation on 31 March 2024, was raised in line with the permissions of the regulatory authority, the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, AERB. Update 7. International. PM Modi presents Bhishma cubes to Ukraine. Prime Minister Narendra Modi handed away 4 Bhishma Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog Hita and Matri cubes to the Ukrainian government during his trip to war-torn Ukraine, where he joined President Volodymyr Zelensky amid the continuing war with Russia. According to a statement from the Ministry of External Affairs, Modi gave 4 Bhishma cubes to the Ukrainian government. Zelensky thanked the Prime Minister for the cubes' humanitarian assistance, which will help speed up the treatment of the injured and save lives. Update 8. Miscellaneous. South Indian Adivasi Knowledge Centre to be launched in B.R. Hills. On Sunday, 25th August, the Tribal Health Resource Centre, THRC, in B.R. Hills, Karnataka, will host the unveiling of KANU, a South Indian Adivasi Knowledge Centre. According to Prashant N. Srinivas, a medical doctor and public health researcher at the Institute of Public Health, Banlaw's Field Station in B.R. Hills, KANU, which means evergreen forest in both Kannada and Soliga, aims to be the first ever knowledge centre on South Indian Adivasi past, present and culture, a tree of knowledge. Update 9. Schemes and committees. Postal Dept launches Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana to encourage philately. To promote and bring philately into the mainstream of the education system, the Department of Posts has launched the Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana, a philately scholarship scheme designed to encourage aptitude and research in stamps as a hobby, as well as to generate interest in philately among students. According to Sri Krishna Kumar Yadav, Postmaster General of North Gujarat Region, Ahmedabad, meritorious kids from grades 6 to 9 with good academic records and an interest in philately will be eligible for an annual award of 6,000 rupees. Update 10. State. Odisha CM Majhi launches Subhadra scheme. The Bharatiya Janata Party government, led by Chief Minister Mohan Majhi, announced the commencement of the Subhadra initiative, which will distribute 50,000 rupee over 5 years to 1 crore women aged 21 to 60. The Subhadra project is one of the primary election promises made by the BJP, which took power after deposing former Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik after 24 years in office. To ensure assistance transparency, the payment will be made directly to the beneficiary's Aadhaar-enabled single holder (DBT) bank account through the Aadhaar Payment Bridge System (APBS).